Pisces, welcome to your August 2021 tarot reading. I am Tina, your host, and I'll be doing your intuitive reading. Just want to let everybody know that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. I'll shuffle these a bit. Let me tune into your energy. I'll pull out one layer of cards first, just to get an idea of the general energies, and then we'll go in and clarify all of those energies. All right, Pisces. We're going to take it. That's your situation. Sorry, but it came out. I'm a Pisces, so 9 of Swords. But we're going to go in and clarify. Let's be honest. Anxiety, we are a generation of anxiety, right? Has not been super easy for a lot of us. All right, Pisces, darling, you got the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Very nice spiritual energy. Also feeling very confident, feeling very sexy. All right, the situation this month is that 9 of Swords. That's what came out for you. It's just, it's basically the thoughts not serving you. Whatever it is, we can feel justified by the anxiety, no doubt about it, but the more we think about it, the more we make things a little bit bigger in our head. This is my call to therapy card, right? I'm not saying we need therapy, but I mean, you need something therapeutic. Right? Be it meditation, be it a conversation with somebody who tends to leave you feeling really soothed, really understood, or even just lighter. That's when I say call to therapy, right? Anything that is therapeutic for you. So when I have this, I tend to do the things I just suggested, of course. First, meditation. Second, I'll have this friend that I really like to talk to, and it really just helps get things out of my head and just out there, And it makes a difference. It really does. In the challenge position, you have the 8 of Pentacles. I don't know. Is there something that it's difficult to put in the work? It's difficult to commit to for some reason. It can also represent needing to make certain sacrifices for the bigger picture. We're going to go ahead and clarify because we'll understand what the anxiety, what's causing it, right? And then that might make more sense as to why you may not want to invest in it. But we'll see. Where's your mind at and what are you focused on? You got the Emperor here. Big boss energy, right? This is you just stepping into your power. Not being vulnerable. If you've felt vulnerable, if that has anything to do with the 9 of Swords, this is you setting much stronger boundaries. And if somebody is here to question you or to judge you or anything like that, you're dressed in armor. You're not even having it. Because there's certain things that you care about and you're protecting them. That's the Emperor. But you're ready to build. You're ready to create. So that's why I'm it doesn't even match with that 8 of Pentacles in the challenge position. So we're going to understand it a little bit better. But this is big boss energy. If you were in business, this is you, again, having plans of action here, creating the strategy that you need. Because if you're okay, I want to have a business, what are the steps I need to take in order to achieve that? And not in just any way, but to make sure it's strong, it's solid, and it's unshakable. And you're using rationality, you're using reason, Pisces. But you're not only using it because, let's be honest, your approach here is the beautiful King of Cups. This is very much emotional maturity. It's also a card of diplomacy, empathy, able to put yourself in other people's shoes, able to keep calm and centered even if things or people around you are not. That's the King of Cups, emotional maturity, being centered and being stable. But he doesn't only use his emotions, he also uses his mind. So it's really interesting. It's you're embracing both the rational mind and the intuitive mind, right? That's what's coming through. In the environment, you have the Fool here. The Fool's also looking at the 9 of Swords. I wonder if those two are connected. Can be an Aquarius here with the Fool. But the Fool, of course, speaks of a new beginning or the chance for a new beginning. There's a chance here for something new. It can be very obvious to you and you're already debating if you should be taking a chance here, a leap of faith, and that could be the source of this anxiety. Or you're just in general embracing new beginnings here, especially when it comes to your environment. Maybe you're I'm ready to move, I'm ready to shift things here. It's also about embracing adventure a little bit. So we'll see. Now coming towards you, you got the Moon energy. The Moon. The path is not lit. So what does that mean? While it can be scary, It also means that you're embarking on a new path, right? But first you got to go through this like unknown territory. The moon brings up all of those fears and all of those worries, and it just, things feel dark, right? Especially with that Nine of Swords, it's just like, you feel like things aren't falling into place. They're not making sense. Are you making mistakes? You know, that's, we've all been there, right? We've all been there. The beauty of the moon energy is it helps us face fears, first of all. Second of all, after the moon passes, clarity really does come in. You really do start seeing things clearly again, and often they weren't as bad as they appeared. But, you know, and even like I said with that Nine of Swords, sometimes we make it bigger in our heads. It's hard to admit to ourselves too, like, you know, let's be honest. I struggle with this too. I really do. And not just because I'm reading this for Pisces, I will say it on an Aries reading, it doesn't matter. But, you know, we all do, and some more than others. Last week I had trouble sleeping. And what was keeping me up? Silly, right? Things that haven't even happened. So funny. All right, let's clarify for Pisces. Let us clarify. Please clarify all of these energies for August for Pisces. Either way, you got that Emperor on your mind. You are really just bossing it up. All right, Pisces. We're going to stop it here for you. Okay. Six of Wands is at the bottom. You will be successful. You will overcome. And the star did come out to clarify that Nine of Swords. Okay. Oh my God, Pisces. Pisces, what is happening? So interesting. You've got the star clarifying the Nine of Swords. You could honestly very much have a particular wish here, a certain desire, like a wish really in your heart. And there's anxiety around it. Whatever that represents for you, there is this like overthinking it type of analysis, and it's keeping you up at night. It's just really to show that your thoughts are not serving you, right? The star really represents a healing period. It also speaks of like faith and hope coming back in, and you're trying, it's coming back in. I think the anxiety is shifting out and the hope is coming back in, but it's a journey where you're up and down a little bit, right? Until you get more and more and more solid. So always be gentle with yourself and be patient with yourself. Everything is a journey, right? It's called a fool's journey. Speaking of, the Fool came out twice. In your challenge position, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles is the Fool. You want something very new. I think you're overwhelmed. I feel like you're doing it to yourself. I really do with that Nine of Swords. It just feels like you're overwhelming yourself by overthinking what it might take. Like, okay, I know that I want certain things, but man, the road to get to it, the things I must sacrifice for some of you. Because again, the Eight of Pentacles can represent that sacrificing energy for the bigger picture, right? You can't have it all. That's something that you learn. You cannot have it all, right? You can't do everything everywhere. It's just not possible, right? And for me, when I think of the Eight of Pentacles, I think of opportunity cost. To gain one thing, you got to give up another. You got to make the space for it, right? So I feel like when you think of whatever it is, you think of the sacrifices and you think of the work and the like mountain you must climb ahead for this. But I do feel like the more you think about it, you might turn a hill into a mountain, right? It may not be as big or as heavy as you might be thinking it is. I don't think it's this huge challenge for you. I really don't. But I think it can pose itself from moment to moment, right? Because where your focus is at, you have the Ace of Cups clarifying the Emperor. Ace of Cups is like a lot of self-love, loving yourself, protecting, like I said, the things you love as well, protecting matters of the heart. But the Ace of Cups, like you can really have new love on your mind and you really want to conquer it. Let me just say that. But I think there's something related to relationships, your heart and love and your emotions here. And it's a chance for new beginnings. And, you know, the Emperor is a conquering energy. So I feel like you want to conquer this. You got the Lovers here too, by the way. So I really feel like maybe somebody came in or there's something here. Maybe there's a new way you want to show up in a relationship. Maybe you just, you know, you're valuing yourself as much as you value others, you know. But this is you really wanting to conquer some matter of the heart here. some heart's emotion. The Ace of Cups is letting the emotions flow, opening your heart, showing up to relationships in a new way as well, maybe showing your emotions in a new way as well. Your approach, clarifying the King of Cups, is the Knight of Wands. King of Cups is very center. The Knight of Wands is a little bit more impulsive, a little bit more adventurous. I think that's kind of nice because we don't want only serious energy. In your environment, you guys, in your environment, clarifying the Fool is the Lovers. Two major arcana. You got Gemini here, you got Aquarius here. You got Aquarius here again with the Star and the Fool. So that's strong energy. You got Aries with the Empire, and then you got Pisces with the Moon, of course. So just take what resonates. But in your environment, there's a choice here. You got the Ace of Cups on your mind. I don't know if there's a relationship here and it's at a crossroads. It's at a crossroads. And let's not forget, the Fool is in the challenge position. It's an important choice. And it's one that you're letting your intuition and higher self help guide you. Trusting and following your heart here. Preparing yourself for a new journey as well. I don't know if you met somebody and you're like, it doesn't feel like that, because if you were so excited, there would be no Nine of Swords. Unless you're already with somebody. But let's not get crazy here. Let's not create drama. Not create drama. The Fool, the Lovers. An important choice here to follow your heart. Preparing yourself for this journey. Trying to see the light. The only thing that's holding you back right now, it feels, is you. Which is true for all of us, honestly. But I don't see outside forces right now meddling and coming towards you. Clarifying the Moon is the Five of Cups. It's going to feel heavy. It's going to feel heavy. You know, the Five of Cups is sad. And when you're in that Moon energy, you don't see things clearly. So you're definitely going to be tricking yourself into thinking like, nothing's working out for me. No matter what I do, things don't go well for me, right? Something always just doesn't fall through, or relationships can be disappointing, right? And maybe because a relationship, you are walking away from one in particular, for example. That could very much be a thing here. And that puts you in this energy of the Moon. Feels dark, right? You don't know what happens from here. The Moon, I use this analogy often as my favorite analogy for the Moon. The Moon, when I say it's usually not as bad as you think, or we make it bigger in our heads. The best analogy for the Moon is, right, you're navigating the dark. What happens in the dark? You don't see the shapes of things, you don't know, and then your mind gets crazy. Best analogy is I've been in my bedroom, we've all been there, any room, doesn't matter, but in my bedroom, and the lights are off, and I'm laying in bed, and out there in the corner, you only see the shapes of things. And for one time, I remember just feeling like it was probably a serial killer. So I to ease my mind, I had to get up and turn on the light. It was my hat and my chair, right? But in the darkness of night, this is an axe murderer. And then you turn on the light and you're like, oh, this is what I was so scared of. And that's what it feels like. But you got to process it, right? You got to feel, if there are things that you have to let go because you're choosing yourself and you're choosing a new journey, you have to. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it. But the Star is here. The Fool is here twice. The Ace of Cups is here. The Emperor is here. The Lovers are here. Look, you're about to embark on a new journey, and I feel, just, take it easy and don't overthink it. There's so much supportive energy for you. So yeah, I'll leave it there for you. Do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Hit like as well. And as always, subscribe to my channel as well. It really helps support the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you all very soon.